Assignment out? Flip. Mm-hmm.
Wait, is this a new fact?
Yes. We've done 2 sections of it.
Hi. Where can I get a new fact?
In the bin where every physical piece of paper that I've handed to you for the entire school year has been. We started with, up at the top, we seemed to know what we were doing, so I had you start at 8 and work your way through. But it appears that about half of us did that and nothing else.
I did like 2. Wait. Pretty sure.
Check them. Again, I told a good number of you, you do not need this if you don't want. You could instead distribute, use your boxes, and go straight to this. Okay? So if you have that instead, I'm okay with it. Any questions about those 6? Need to see them worked out?
Why is that one crossed
I just said if you didn't want to do it this way, and instead wanted to distribute a -1 and use your box method, I'm okay with it. Okay. We did 14 together, and then we left you to your own devices. By my account, the vast majority, like all but 1, maybe 2 people in this room, can do these without having the work shown. Which means a whole chunk of you, if you only have answers, nothing else, I don't believe you. Do you have the work to back it up? Check your work. If there's anything 15 through 22 that you have questions about, speak now or forever hold your pieces. Going once. Going twice.
So.
Y'all, you kind of can't do the rest of this chapter if you can't do this. Hi.
So it doesn't matter which order you put them in.
The order doesn't matter as long as you have the right signs with them. So here's what I mean. If I were to break this up, I could have written that as -2x plus xy minus 19. Because you still have the right sign with the right term. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Also, these are kind of a big jumble of letters and numbers. And we have not specifically talked about what's called standard or descending form yet. So I don't care what order they're in right now. But I do want you to pay attention to look at 21, 19, 15, 16. I want you to look at those because those had only one variable in them. How did they write their answer? What do you notice about all four of those ones I circled and how they wrote their answer? Is there any sort of pattern to it? What exponent is on this x? Okay, so what if I did that, that, that? You starting to see it a little more? Okay, if they didn't need to. But what's the pattern? Why did they write it this way instead of a different way? There is a reason.
Biggest exponent to smallest
Yes.
exponent.
Largest to smallest exponents. You see that at the movie theater, right? Here's the little kitty box of popcorn you can get. Here's the bag of popcorn you can get. Here's the bucket of popcorn you can get. Here's like the Shrek tub of popcorn that you can get. But don't they do that? They show things, and you go to a restaurant. You go to Dairy Queen, the different size of blizzards, like whatever it is. You go to Taco Bell, here's the size of drinks. Don't they show you this in a tiered approach so you know what the biggest one is down to what the smallest one is? These are written in what is called descending or standard order, where if I only got one variable, I'm going to do the degrees of the terms 2, 1, 0, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0. They're always in descending order. That's what's considered prim and proper. Okay? Any of them?
I gotta go.
Okay. Womp, womp, womp. Stage 1. Do you see a number in here that I need to distribute?
No.
Nope. So the parentheses actually don't matter. 10g minus 8 plus 12g squared minus 5g minus 1. The way that I tell everyone to do this, every time you run into a plus or minus, chop it up. Chop, 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 chop. And remember when we talked about classifying these by degree? You'd go find the big dog, right? The biggest exponent. Start that way. Who's the big dog? Who's got the biggest exponent up there? Not coefficient, not the number in front, biggest exponent. Okay? The biggest exponent that I see is squared. So I'm going to put 12g squared out front because there are no other g squareds. And I'll cross it out, X it out, do something so I know not to use that one again. Then I ask, are there any other g's to go with my 10g? Yeah. So what is 10g's minus 5g's? 5g's. And then I'll cross them out so I don't use them again. Are there any other regular numbers to go with my regular number? Yeah? So what is negative 8 minus 1? Done. I really, really prefer doing it like that with the boxes, and it just seems to be a little more organized. Okay. The word problem, much like what we did with that number, was it 14, was something, something perimeter. This one says, okay, I did have one kid ask about this, and they didn't exactly right. Back in the day, you had these, what we called them, donut problems. They'd say, if I've got this whole rectangle, but then I want to take this part of it, and it doesn't matter. How would you find the area that's shaded?
By taking out what's in the center.
Okay. You're double checking your history on plan book or on a campus, and it lists 20 missing assignments. How much do I have to do before the quarter? Wait, but these 6, I already turned those in. You take the whole thing minus the part you don't care about, right? I can do the same thing with area. I can do the same thing with perimeter. I can do it with surface area and volume. You take the whole thing minus the part you don't care about. And that's exactly what was in this problem. In this problem, they said, you got a big old rectangle that's this area, but gonna make a square that's this area specifically for carrots. How much is left for all the other stuff? You do the same thing. Take the big guy minus the part that you can't use. That tells you what's left. Okay? That concept, this is called geometric area or algebraic area, or maybe you'll hear it as geometric probability later on, where it's a very familiar concept. How about budgeting your money? I'm gonna make $800 this month. How much do I get to put towards my new car?
400.
Well, I need to put half of it in the savings, and I have to pay my parents for the cell phone, so that's another 100. You take away the parts that are off limits that you're not going to use, and it tells you what's left. Same thing here. 24, perimeter. We talked about perimeter. Walk around the perimeter. A guard walking the perimeter. This plus this plus this plus this plus this. Just combine like terms. Down at the bottom, I had one student ask this. When I add them together, does it have to be a polynomial? If I take polynomial plus polynomial, do I have to get polynomial? What happens when polynomial plus polynomial has something cancel? It's no longer polynomial, more than one term. Now it's a term. Okay, and we get this a lot later in Algebra 2 when we're talking about function compositions. I'll tell kids sometimes big ugly rule and big ugly rule together make not bad rule. It's really easy to use it. Sometimes they just make a bigger, uglier rule. All depends. Okay, so we went through stuff. It's been a hot minute. It's been 4 days. 4 days that you had to do work. 4 days that some of us chose to not look at it. Show me thumbs. How do you feel about combining like terms? And that's what I thought. Y'all, we have the luxury in this class of being able to take extra time to go through stuff if we need to. What I'm concerned about is if we always have to take the extra day because we just didn't do it. Let's have a wee little discussion here. Where are you? Poke, poke, Discord. Because I know I posted it in Discord. Oh, hey, cool. We're approved for a goblin. School related. I had chopped off a calendar that I posted in our Game Club Discord. Kids were talking about classes and stuff. There we go. Open original. Womp. Yeah, you did. Because I sent you a message and you never did any of it. So, here's the deal. You did what? 4, 1, 4, 2. That was quiz number, what was that, 9? Pretty sure that was 9. (4.3), 4.3b, quiz 10, right before your midterm. Okay. Y'all, we've only got so much time left here. The way that I'm looking at this, the way that we're probably doing, I'm pretty sure we talked about this. 4.3, yeah. I just want to know where I put my extra practice in. 4.3, pretty sure we need a 4.4 practice. Yeah, we do. 4.5. We're gonna need practice there. We're skipping 4.6, doing 4.7. Okay.
I didn't realize we're almost out. When is spring break?
We already had it.
When? 4 weeks ago. Was I gone so long I didn't even realize we had spring break?
Yes.
Wait, did you say summer or spring? Spring.
Quiz 11.
I didn't know we already had that.
4.8b.
That means I had a longer spring break than all of y'all.
What?
I had a longer summer break.
Review. Final. Y'all, we don't have much time left. Some of you are dancing around in that 60.04 to 68 range. In fact, a good chunk of you are. There are a number of you that need to hit a minimum. This is what talked about with case managers. For those of you who did not get it through first semester, you need to hit a minimum of 70 second semester if you want credit. That's about half of you. Not doing your work will not get you there. Needing an extra day of practice because we decided to just not do something will not get you there. Okay? I want everyone to pass. We already lost 3 because they did that little. Even their case manager said, nah. Okay? I want all of you to make it across the finish line. Better yet, if we could have everyone here hit that C or better. Because you have to actively not do stuff to get below a C in here. You think we could step it up for 6 weeks? Okay?
Is my case manager my probation officer?
There's different case managers, and no. Your IEP case manager, this is the person who handles, if you have an IEP, your individual education program. This would be where you do resource room. This is the person who handles your meetings with your parents. Okay? Not everyone has an IEP, but we have a good number of kids in here who do, or have a 504 plan. Those would be run with Mr. Yost. Okay? Not everyone does, but a good chunk do. I'm saying for our kids who did not make it, you had someone that I went and talked to, and we decided yes or no, should they be allowed to go on to next semester. If you are one of those kids and you have had a discussion with some adult in this building about get your crap together, you have that long to show me 70 or better. Okay? Let's get better. I'm going to get us some practice then. I didn't think we would need practice on 4-2. I do have one lined up that we can use right now. We are going to do it like we've done other sets of practice where I'm going to go through a handful. You're going to do some, volunteer or get drafted. Okay? That's our plan for today then. We're going to get some extra practice. For anyone who has gone and has to watch a video, you're going to have